Okay, here we are. Bag number A. So let's open this baby up and see what we got. Now I know we've got a lot of puzzle pieces. Let's see what it looks like on the table. No pieces left in the bag. Bag number A. Okay. So, where do I even start here? Well, I'm not really even sure. I just did a 3,000 a little while ago. This one's 4. Looks like a lot of the same pieces. Well, 2 together, gotta take them apart. Well, I would think we'll have to do a little bit of sorting. Probably take out the edge pieces, and if I look at this, what I've got here, I have this corner here. If I look, probably take out the sky pieces and the edge pieces to start and see how that goes. So we'll check in with you later. I dumped the whole puzzle out on the table, but I forgot one thing. I forgot about the Ravensburger dust. And especially with these larger puzzles, this is one bag, 4,000 pieces, and that's quite a bit of dust. So we ran them all here through a strainer, put them all in the box. Now give my table a good wipe, and then we'll start again. Good morning. I must have been excited about this puzzle since I woke up around 5:30, and it's now just before 6 o'clock. Got my coffee and gonna come back and go at her some more. I wasn't planning to start till this morning, but got a little excited and started last night. I don't know if I mentioned before, but what I'm doing is this is all of the pieces. This is my first panel, which would be the top portion here. This one here is the light colored building, and this one here is the darker colored building. My edge pieces, my I don't know, sky pieces. These are a little bit of water area in there. And then these ones are just pieces of interest. And then one lonely little corner piece there. So we'll keep sorting until we get through this box, and then we'll figure out how we're going to put this thing together. Okay, my initial sorting is done. The box is empty. Had quite a bit more dust in it. It's going to show you, but cleaned it out already. So what I've done is this box here is what I consider or thinking will be this building here, this corner here. Is it all of that, or is there other stuff mixed in? Absolutely. Is it all of it? I doubt it. This box here is what I consider to be this building here, or appears to be. So the two main buildings are there and there. This is the sky pieces. This is little pieces of the water here. And this is just pieces of interest. Some of it is this MetLife sign, but most of it is pieces of sky with a little bit of building on it. So maybe I can join something together there. And this is my, just not sure pile. Not this building, not this building, might be here, or a mixture of other things. So this is my initial sort done. I'm not a sorter. Oh, this one is my edge pieces. And my one corner piece, which I will start with. So I will start with that, go do the edge, and then decide what to do from there. I'm not really a sorter when it comes to puzzles. When I do the smaller puzzles, I just turn them all face up. I don't sort. Here's one here that I did before I went to Thailand. This one here, I don't really sort at all. This is 1,500 pieces. This was my last big one I did, a 6,000. Basically laid everything out and just hunted and searched for pieces. I think I pulled the edge pieces out, but Like I say, I'm not really a sorter. I like to just pull pieces as I need them type of scenario. But with this size of puzzle, I think I have no choice. I have to do some kind of sorting, otherwise I'll be lost and mixed up. So this is my first sort, but what I really should have done was I've watched a lot of videos from Vicky Makes Builds, and Vicky is very good at sorting. What I really should have done was just send her the puzzle, got her to sort it, and send it back to me. I thought about that, but I thought, no, if I send her the puzzle, she'll probably sort it, put it together, and keep it. So that plan probably won't work. So I'd better do it myself. So watching hers, I see where she does an initial sort and then further sorts after. I now understand that concept as if I go through here, this is a lot of, like I say, these pieces in here, but it's also a lot of these black pieces as well. So another good sort would be to pull all the black pieces separate. This one here should be probably the building I will start with, because I noticed this line up here was quite recognizable. So to go through that again would be not hard to pull those out, as well as this green along the top would be not hard to pull out. So the plan is right now is I think I'll set the camera up, we'll do the edge pieces, and then we'll look at it from there. But I think after that we'll probably have to, I'm guessing, probably breaking into this box or this box and do a second sort. We may find some pieces in here to put together, or here. We'll take a look at that after we get those across the top and down the side. I apologize for not doing a proper intro on this video, but I think as you can see, I chose bag number A, which is the upper left-hand corner, as I wanted to start with in this puzzle. It just only seemed natural to start with that one. Okay, got my edge pieces done. A little bit tricky, but not bad. I've heard that it's been said to me before that on this puzzle, be very careful that misfits or pieces will seem to fit in when that's not actually in the right spot. It looks as though I'm missing one edge piece. I'm not surprised. That happens to me quite often. But I was also told by another friend of mine who has this puzzle and has been working on it or done one section and has the rest to do. And she told me that be prepared that this puzzle does not have your standard click-lock technology that you get with a normal Ravensburger. That this is a much looser fitting puzzle. And based on what I've seen so far on the edge, I think she's right. So we've got this done, so now I'm gonna have to figure out what to do next. Okay, I used up all my special pieces. There we are. Found that I had this little bit of water, which is this right here, and I have the top of the Chrysler building and a bit of the top of the MetLife building. Most of the MetLife sign and a little bit of the MetLife logo. Threw a few pieces back which I didn't need, so now it looks as though I've got to tackle here again. So I've got two options. I can either look at, what's this here? What do we get here? This, I can either tackle the sky pieces and try to see if there's anything in there, or my next best bet is probably either the miscellaneous pieces or this light color building. So I'll take a look at it, figure it out, and let you know which one. Well, you'll know which one I choose next time I'm on. So I chose the container full of sky pieces and resorted them. These are all the pure sky pieces. Nothing on them, just sky. Sort of everything from yellowy to greens to blues. And then all of these pieces here are ones that have a little bit of or some black on them, which is the And it's a shame it's not distinct, but it's fuzzy. But that is the frame on the window, or parts of it, with sky and that. So those will all, so I took all of those out, and I came up with another little bundle of special pieces, which I think I can put in right away along the tops of these buildings. And the best news is I found my last edge piece. So let's put that in right away. There we go. So, not missing any edge pieces. It's a good start. No missing pieces yet. So now we will go through this container. These ones we will put aside, and we'll do this, and then we'll take a look after that. Now I've used up all my new little container of special pieces I found. And what we've managed to do is we've managed to do this horizon line here. We've connected together the top of the Chrysler building, and we know it goes right below that one with a little bit of black in between. We've got most of the roof line across the top of the MetLife building. There will be black that comes down there in between, and where the signs are roughly in place, and the water is where it goes, just underneath that horizon. And these pieces over here are the top of this building here. So we'll just leave those in a bundle right now. So now I need to tackle one of these three big containers. And I think we're going to take our, what was considered my miscellaneous pieces. But I need to do some kind of substantial sort from that. So went and got a bunch of containers here. And we'll just kind of start it out and break it into as many different categories as we can. Now this box is empty. We've transferred these are still unknown, or mixtures. These pieces here are black pieces, which are the frames on the window. Those are black for the most part. Little bit of color on them. Pretty much black. Added more to my black and sky pieces, and created another one with black and building pieces. So throw all those aside. This was an area here which I think is right down here in this bottom corner, so I just pulled that aside. We added a few more pieces up here. This is what I believe to be part of the brown building there. These pieces here are this mixture of distance, buildings in a distance in between the water and the sky, which will go in there. This one here is my green building right there. This building right here are parts of it. And this one here is parts of this building right beside it. So we got from one container, we've got it to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we divided it into 7. So now, before I can do any more, I'm going to have to try to empty one or two of these containers, put some pieces together, then I'll tackle one of these ones. I want to take a moment to apologize to all my subscribers for not putting up any videos or not being online over the last number of months. I think, as you all know, I spend my winters in Thailand, and this year while we were in Thailand, we built ourselves a home. That took up all of my time, and if you're interested in that, you can follow along on that on my other channel, which is called Living in Two Worlds. We've got those videos all titled Our Thai Dream Home. But I'm glad to be back and to be doing some puzzles again. We came back end of March with the hope that April would be cool and that I would be able to do some puzzles before I had to get busy doing yard work outside in Canada in May. And that seems to be the case. So I want to thank everybody for waiting for me, and I'm glad you're back with me again. Well, I got all my containers empty again. In one container I had this green, got that in. I had the green and gray in another one, and the brown in the third one, and this distance horizon pieces in a fourth one. So I've managed to empty them all and pretty much got all of the pieces put in, and we put together a little bit in this bottom corner here again as well, which is this here. Tidied this up a little bit, so it's coming together not bad. So now I'm going to have to do another sort, and this one is going to be this box here, which is this building here, because I can pull this green out here, separate that. These lines on this side will be easy to separate, and these lines down here and here should be quite easy to separate. So if I can pull that into three smaller containers and then leave the rest in the big container, I think that'll help quite a bit. So got that sort done, and as I had mentioned, I managed to pull out this line right here. Was in this container, but I got excited, and because it was easy to put in, I put it in already. And this green across the top, I've got that all set in this container, and this green down for these windows, I've got most of them, or hopefully most of them, in this container. Then I also took the opportunity to sort the darker from the lighter, this being the lighter, this being the darker. So that's the sort for that bucket. So it really just, and there was some of the pieces I just didn't know, got added into this one here. So now I'm just down to really one large container. Oh, sky piece in there. One large one right here, which would be this larger gray building. So what I'm going to do now, I'll probably set the camera up a little bit. I think I'm going to do this green here, try to do this across the top here. That way I can connect this together. So this must look like chaos. It's not really. Actually, it's getting more and more under control. What you saw in the last little bit of time lapse was I put together these green windows here, and I realized there's another row right down here which will connect up here, but didn't quite have enough pieces. Found some more here, so I went through my miscellaneous box, and these pieces now are all the far side of, let me show you here, these are this area here on there. So I then had all of the yellow pieces in this box, but when I looked at them carefully, I realized these ones and these ones were quite easy to sort out. So I then took and went through and sorted those two into this pile and this pile. And I found a few other little goodies here that'll probably connect this together a little bit. So I'll put those together, and then I'll probably go at the smaller building here. Easter, everyone. It's Easter morning. Quick update on where we're at. I think as you saw in the last bit of time lapse, I've now completed this yellow building here, and this one was completed earlier. I found these to be quite difficult, but I also found that I need a better system if I'm going to get through this thing unscathed. At first, with the pieces just laying random, it was going very slow, but then I discovered that if you look at the building near the top, the floors are somewhat horizontal or level across there, and the further down you get, the more of an angle they're on. So once I figured that out, that helped, and it helped to work from the top down, as you saw. And once I also figured out that there was actually a pattern, and I got all the pieces oriented in the right direction, that also helped. Then I found that these pieces here, with the wider of the light color on them, were also easier to find. And by focusing on those, then I started to make better time. So now, what's next? I think what's next will be this area in here, and to finish off the other side of this building here. And if I look at that, we have the same thing. We have it more horizontal at the top, and we also have it sort of more of an angle in the bottom. I should be able to discover or find and orient all the pieces correctly. And I think there again, we have the sort of gray linear areas, which look like this here. I think focusing on those will probably also help. So I'm expecting this will go a little quicker than the other one did, but we'll see. So that's the next thing to do. All right, got my sorting done for this building here, which is the right side, right there. As the same as the previous building, it looks as though the lines all go up and down. There is a pattern as to how the yellow lines fit within these. So I've sorted them in groups of this kind, these ones here, and I've got a row like that, like this, and like this. So that all should go in there. So now it's a matter of figuring out which row is which, finding it near the top, and starting my way down. These are sort of the miscellaneous ones that didn't quite fit or weren't easy to judge, as well as I have a row here. Wow, this sorting really works. I've always hated sorting, tried to avoid it whenever possible, but once I struggled with this building so much and realized that I needed to find a pattern and stick to it, and I did it for this building, and this building here, being almost the same size as that one, took me probably less than a quarter of the time it took me to do this one. So it really works. I guess all those things I've been thinking about Vicky being crazy, spending so much time sorting, is maybe I was wrong. Maybe she's onto something. I'll tell you, this is coming along. I'm actually feeling good. I don't know how I'm going to tackle this. This here is this large gray building here, which, as you can see, is a very large piece of the puzzle. But I think what I will do next is, I think I'll do the sky next. I'll take, it looks like there's some that's quite green, some that's quite blue, and some cloud. If I take and sort that into three, I think I may be able to put the sky together. And once that's done, then I'm faced with tackling this and or doing the black of the arch or the window frame. Either way, that's all for today. Gotta go to my daughter's for Easter dinner. Talk later. It's a nice sunny morning. As you can see, I've got some of the sunshine coming in on my puzzle. I love the natural light, but when the sun hits it directly, it can be a little bit tough. But as you can see, we're pretty much done that corner. So since I last talked to you, we completed the sky. I didn't set the camera up because I worked from the other side, and that's normally where I put the camera. And I thought, oh, I'm just going to get in the way here. So anyway, the sky is now done. This large building on the left is done. My sort of center distance stuff, this lower building here done. The yellow side of the MetLife building is done, and a little bit in this corner. So now, which leaves me this large gray building here in the middle. Well, there's two actually, and that is right here. But I'm going to have to do some sort of a sort in order to even tackle this thing, as if I look at this puzzle of 4,032 pieces, I would say that's probably a good 1,500 pieces in that building, so it's going to require a little bit of sorting. So I'm going to go through and see what I can come up with. If I look at it quickly here, I see that there's sort of 3 sections, so I might be able to pull that apart. I'm not sure. I think I can find and pull this building out, and then whether we can pull these dark lines and then possibly these windows with the orange in them. And then there's a little bit of odd stuff along the top. So I'm going to go through, do some sorting. It's probably going to take me a while, and then once that's done, then we'll see how we make out putting it together. Okay, we're done. How did I make out? Well, we have 1, 2, 3 large piles and 1, 2, 3, 4 small piles. This one was already started, just added to it a bit. But what I discovered when I started sorting, if you look at this building here, I noticed that the windows on the left were very narrow, tight together, a little bit wider in the middle, and then quite a bit wider on the right. So I tried to sort by, I sort of looked, and I used these 3 as my gauge here, the skinny, the middle, and the wide, and divided that into 3 buckets. But the other one thing I did discover is that these windows here, which are on an angle, are about the same width as these. So these ones here, I know, got mixed in with those. This bucket here is this building here. So I think that's probably what I will start with. This bucket here is pieces which I know belong on these 2 rows here and here. This bucket here is windows with color in them. This bucket here is pieces that I believe go along the top here. And this one here I just added to. These are pieces that fit along the bottom with a little bit of the black and a bit of building on them. So we'll set these aside. We don't need those. I think we can set aside, well, we can set aside all of the big boxes. Then over here I have this box here, which is just a few miscellaneous pieces that I just wasn't sure where they fit. So now I can see where some of these here, these loose pieces, will go as I move forward. So I'm going to start probably with this little one here. Another beautiful morning, and we're back down in the puzzle room again. Made some headway since the last one. Sorry for stopping the time lapse when I did, but my battery died. But as you can see, since we started that, this building here has been completed, as well as the left side of the MetLife building, where the windows were all small and tight together. So that now leaves me with this section here and this section here. I've managed to piece together the open area there. I'm not sure what that is, whether it looks like it's a parking level or whatever. Same with this one here. Managed to fit it together at the bottom and here, tied it together. The pieces I pulled out with the color and the windows, put them together somewhat. And I've also discovered that this corner here, the pieces are all, there's an angle on the pieces. So I pulled some of them out. I know the rest of them are mixed within these two boxes here. I think what I'm going to have to do now is I'm going to have to do another sort through here to at least pull those out and see where we're at, so I can finish this corner off. And then also, I've noticed there's pieces here with a black line up the middle which will divide these two. So I'm going to attempt to find those and these as I do a quick sort through there. So we'll do that, and then after we get some things sorted out, we'll set the camera up again. Okay, finished the sort. Went through this box, which is the larger windows, and this box, which is the smaller windows, which would be on the right and then the left here. Out of the smaller windows, I found a number of large windows, so we'll just add them to there. This one here has a bit of an edge on it, if you can see that, and that goes right down this line here. So I sorted those out. These are the ones I talked about earlier with the divider and black line down the middle, which will come down the middle of this. Sorted those out. And these are the angled window pieces, which will go down in this corner. So that's about as much sorting as I can do. I don't know how I can do any more. A little bit of a concern. This piece has not showed up yet. I know it's not in this one. This one here is pieces with a bit of black and building, so it will be the remainder of the border here and a little bit up around here. So then the only other container I have is that one over there, which is the black pieces for the frames. I can only assume it's in there and hope it's in there. So either way, we're not going to worry about it. So we're going to set the camera up and see if we can get some more stuff put together here. It's another wonderful sunny morning, third in a row. It's beautiful weather, well above seasonal. The only problem is it's cutting into my puzzle time because the afternoons are too nice to stay inside. But let's see how we're making out. Well, yesterday we did well. We got most of the right side of the MetLife building done. So now we just have the center portion left here, which was the medium-sized windows. A few of those are missing. Well, not surprising. So we're down to one box left and a few straggler pieces here and there, but for the most part, this is it. So now what I need to do is to lay these out all on the cardboard, get them sorted, and then see how we make out with the last of this. You may have noticed in the last section, and you'll see again in this section here, that you'll notice I've got my pen on top of the yellow puzzle pieces on the right-hand side of your screen, and I keep moving it around. And the reason for that is because I'm using that to point out the pieces on the left side of the puzzle and to find the matching shape on the right side. So it actually worked quite well. By doing this, I knew exactly what shape I was looking for. So with the shape along with the color on the piece, that really helped me put them together. And it also explains why I work the way I am, by just working continually up from the bottom and in sequence, as opposed to fitting random pieces. The other thing is that by the time we get to the end, my time is way off on my timer, as I left it run overnight one night, forgot to turn it off. So I've been adjusting it back, but I think by the time I get to the end, it's still out by about 6 hours. But either way, it's been a good puzzle so far, and we really enjoy it, and hope you've been enjoying this as well too. Woohoo! Look at this. Can you believe it? No, it's not done, but it's close. All we've got left is this one bucket here, which is the black pieces through here, here and here, which shouldn't be too hard to find because they can see the full shape. Then there is a full row of black pieces down that side and across the bottom. The ones across the bottom and that side we can find by using the pattern. Maybe not, because the pattern runs side to side, not top to bottom. So this side here we can find using the pattern. The bottom, maybe not quite so easy. But I think we're going to have to lay them all out, sort them by shape to see what we can do with it. There's the odd one here with a little bit of color in it, which helps. So I think the thing to do now is just I wasn't going to work on this too much today because it's a beautiful day outside, so see what we're going to do here. If we do this now or if we wait and leave it to tomorrow morning, we'll see. But either way, we need to sort. Hope you've enjoyed this panel. We've got more panels to come, 7 more of them. Please give me a like if you liked the video. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. Thank you for watching. Getting awful close. We have 10 pieces left. So I think it's time for a bit of a countdown here. Pretty pleased with how this has gone. We're down to 9. 9 pieces left. See if we can figure this out. I think this takes us to 8. It does. And where are we at here? Come on. Oh, I think this takes us... No, it doesn't take us to 7. Yes, it does. Have it upside down. Okay. Let's get us down to 6. Now, where are we here? Come on. Just down to 5. We can get rid of the cardboard. Okay, here we are. We're down to 4. Down to 3. We're down to 2. And We have one piece to go. Where's it going to go? Doesn't go on the MetLife building. Doesn't go on these other buildings. Aha! Here we are. The last piece, 4,032. Section 1 of New York City, 32,000 pieces, Ravensburger puzzle, done, complete. What was my timer reads 56 hours and 12 minutes, but I'm going to round it to 50 because I let it run quite a bit longer at one point and missed a few times, so I'm about 6 hours difference. So we're going to say 50 hours to do it, and I'll try to be more exact on the next one. So that's section 1 done. I actually really quite enjoyed it. It wasn't as hard as I thought it was, and as hard as I thought it was going to be. So now I'm going to have to figure out how to store this thing so I can do another one.